Hey, we're going to give you our thoughts today on this Ferris ISX3300 with the Curtis cab. You might be surprised at some of my opinions with it. We'll also give you a chance to see an update of our yard, our pond. Yeah, let's get started. This version of the ISX3300 has the 40 horsepower Vanguard EFI fuel-injected engine. It also has the 72-inch deck. So of all the ISX3300s, this is the most expensive model. According to the specifications, this machine has a max speed of 12 miles per hour. That's what I'm supposed to be doing right now.
Yep.
Is that what your EATV says, Christy?
Pretty much, yes.
At this pace, there's nothing else I have that can mow my yard as fast as this machine right here. I do have a 12-foot Woods turf batwing mower, and I just don't have enough horsepower at Old Salty to be able to pull it very fast at all. It's got wonderfully fast blade tip speed, so it should be fine, but I just can't pull it any faster. So trimming items like this where I need to get under the branches, that's a weak spot of the cab. If I'm trimming around a post or something, or a tree with real high branches, there's no problem. But if the branches are low hanging, then I do have some limitations. You know, I'm a little nervous about scratching the windshields, although they say they're scratch resistant, and I haven't had any problem with either of the machines that I've tried out. I do mess up the angles of the mirrors when I hit them in the tree limbs. As I say, I can see the side of the deck really easily, so that's not an issue. But it's, you know, just the tree limbs themselves make this type of trimming not work very well. You know, if I didn't have the cab, I wouldn't mind that stuff coming right into my lap here. But as it is, I have to stop there because the suspension built into this machine, combined with the wonderful seat, makes this the best quality ride I've ever experienced on a zero-turn mower. I'm personally convinced that the weight of the cab helps that even more. It dampens or totally removes that bounce that you normally feel when you drive a zero-turn really fast. I find that the Curtis cab is sealed a little bit better on this machine than on the Deere. I don't get near as much dust inside. Our sweet corn's looking pretty good. We've got the first batch, you can see, is getting close to tasseling. The second batch is just coming out of the ground. So we're excited about that. Everybody wants to know about the cost when we show something like this, and it makes sense. It's very expensive. This is definitely not for everybody. I saw the mower online. I don't know if it's the best price or not, but I saw it online. Looked like a list price of $18,000. It turns out that was a different engine. This one's $20,000. Cab, I believe, is like an extra $11,000, and then there's an installation fee on top of that. So I suspect if you could get one of these combinations for $30,000, you better go ahead and jump on it. But hey, it's really nice. Well, I actually think the cab improves the ride quality, even over and above the typical suspension ride quality on the ISX3300. I mean, this is a wonderful suspension that Ferris puts on here. By the way, the mower's not sponsored. The cab, I do work with Curtis on the cab, so yeah, they've loaned us the machine to play with and see what we think. Maybe I can talk them into letting me keep it for a while. I do like this a lot better than the Z994 Deere. You know, one of the main reasons is because it's efficient at getting my large lawn done. We added about 6 inches of water to our pond in 48 hours. I don't even know how we did that. We only had the hydrant on about half throttle. That just seems like an amazing amount of water. Try to give you some operator view here. It means I'm operating with one hand, so I'm not going to try to go quite as fast. I'll
show you, I guess, the wheats here by the sweet corn. I will show you the side. This is the side view that I have. It's basically in the camera, you're seeing the same view as I'm seeing. So I'm trying to trim those without getting out into there. Kind of see what I've got there. Now the jerkiness of the mower, remember I'm one-handed. I don't think that's water hand. Maybe that is water hand. It's something that the chemical hasn't killed. It gives you a little sense of what I'm seeing now. It shows you some of the overall visibility. In fact, I'll hold the camera back here. Maybe you can see me handle it. Air conditioner controls are behind me. There they are. Right now, there's hardly enough electrical power in this unit to power the air conditioner fan. So they have a lot of warnings to say only run the air conditioner when you're running wide open throttle. Now I haven't asked Ferris about this, but I sort of wonder if they could provide an option for maybe a second alternator or some way to be able to run this, have a little more power so that you could run the AC at idle, or maybe even have a little more fan speed. I'm not a very good one-handed driver. Here's Christy off to the side following along to make sure we're capturing our audio. We have really enjoyed the EATV.
I like it.
It's been a big help for us. We have switches for lights and windshield wiper and windshield washer. Believe it or not, in each of the machines that I've had to run the windshield wiper. In one case, just only a few drops, just enough if I wanted to run the wiper. You wouldn't think that you need a windshield wiper on lawn. Now, maybe you can tell here, maybe you can't. I mean, we're cutting a significant amount off this grass. And we've just got plenty of power, even with the air conditioner. There is no power issue whatsoever.
Yeah, it's 40 horsepower tractor.
As far as fuel economy goes, I can't tell you exactly, but I'm thinking somewhere around 2 gallons per hour. Definitely not more than that. Oh, you're probably noticing that I have hearing protection on here. This is the steel hearing protection that Christy and I use when we're needing to communicate with each other. Let me know if you'd like to hear a specific review of the different types of intercom protection that we've got. We've got several different intercom solutions that we've looked at. They're all compatible with each other, but they have a lot of differences as well. This is obviously anecdotal, but I'm seeing about 93 to 95 dB. In fact, when I talk, it's louder. May not be able to see it because I'm bouncing so much, but 94 dB is what I'm seeing. Let's talk a little bit about the air conditioning itself. The outside temperature is in the low 80s. Very, very humid. In fact, it rained a bit earlier this morning, so the humidity is very high. The sun is bright, so it's not really hot, but the windows and all are, it feels hot inside here because of the sun's radiation. The air conditioning's not able to freeze me out, let's put it that way. But it does keep it relatively cool. It feels good on my back, and the air conditioner is behind me, as you saw, and there is a little flipper that I can control where I want that air to go. If you put that flipper up horizontal, then the air comes over your head and comes down more in front of you. I like that when it's a little bit cooler. When it gets really hot, I just point it right down at my back and just say, well, it's not going to be cool overall in this cab, but at least my back is going to kind of stay cool, and therefore I'm going to kind of stay cool. So that's how I run it. Sorry about going crooked there. I was looking at the camera to see if everything was running, but I can't hardly keep everything here at the same time. I'm really happy with the look of our lawn at this point. I can almost call it a lawn. Maybe I'll get away with that. It doesn't look like the weed patch that it did for the longest time. Put some more nitrogen on it. A few days ago, we saw that the forecast was for more rain, so I decided it would be a good time to hit it again. I'm trying to get some of these bare patches to fill in. We use this RTF product from Advanced Turf Solutions. By the way, if you go to Advanced Turf Solutions locally here in Lebanon, probably only in Lebanon, Chris will give you a discount if you mention Tractor Time with Tim. Lebanon, Indiana, Advanced Turf Solutions. See how we do up on a little slope here. We took a lot of this slope out. Now it gets pretty steep here. We did not try to solve the slope issue here. Let's see how bad it is. It's handling it pretty well. I would say this is about a 25 to 30 degree slope. Now, this is the part I always have problems. I cannot get a machine to go up the hill here. It's just technique. I think the proper technique for each machine that I'm trying. This is new grass here, and then we've got some old grass that I'm going over right now that did not get disturbed during the hump removal, and then this is new grass here again. Now some out here to my left, to your right, is some of the worst areas of grass. We've got older photos to show you how it was. Maybe if you go up a little bit and look down on it, we can do some comparisons to see if it's looking any better now, or if those spots still aren't filled in with it.
We still have spots that need to be filled in.
Make a quick pass right around the top of the pond here. You don't hear from me in a couple of minutes. Send a lifeguard.
Well, didn't you flatten that area out?
Yeah, this area is pretty flat. It would just be poor piloting. The next steps on the pond, I believe we're going to be able to put in our overflow pretty soon. Didn't have the proper equipment here. I need the mini excavator for that. I do have all the parts I believe necessary. We're going to overflow straight into the drain over here where you see the yellow riser that's been laid down there. I've already taken it down and did some measurements there. I think that'll be the next thing. The other near-term item is to seed the side of the pond. My friends at naturalwaterscapes.com/TTWT have provided some seed that they say is perfect for a pond edge. It's a mixture that's meant to be partially below water, partially above water, so we're going to get that applied. By the way, use code TTWT at naturalwaterscapes.com for $20 off your first $100 purchase. The folks at Natural Waterscapes are genuinely experts. They have been incredibly helpful with us on a wide range of questions, right? I mean, this isn't just basic questions about, you know, how to treat your pond, which is, that's what they claim expertise on their website, but their expertise is much deeper than that. I think in many ways they undersell their capabilities. So yeah, check them out. Don't hesitate to call them. They've got some products, and at least access to some products that they don't even have on their website. So if you've got any kind of a pond issue or similar issue, give them a call, reach out, tell them Tractor Time with Tim sent you, and yeah, wonderful, wonderful, brilliant people. bad right down here. In case of not knowing my yard and not knowing the exact equipment I'm using. Make that mistake again with this machine. Well, it may not be perfect out across here, but it's better, hopefully. Now this area right here still has water standing on it if we get a big rain. So I've got to do some more drainage work. And I'll get to that as time allows and as I figure out what to do with it. If you've been with us for a long time now, I hope you're able to begin to see the transformation that's happening in our yard here. I mean, it's big changes since we moved in 5 years ago. And no, they haven't happened at, you know, TV speed so that you could watch it all in one episode. And maybe that would be worth our effort, but that'd be a huge amount of work to try to put together and narrate a whole episode on what all we've done here. But there's been several episodes in the past where we've kind of explained, you know, our long-term plan and you know, the steps that are in our immediate future. And when you look back at all of it, wow, it really has transformed. And now I feel like we're kind of in the home stretch, right? The final stretch here. We're not done, but I feel like I can see the finish line. I hope you've enjoyed following along with it. Of course, you know, it'd be more interesting to you probably if we could have done it all in, you know, 6 straight episodes, so you could at least watch the series really quickly. But this is reality.
Folks, to summarize, I would say this is the overall nicest mowing machine we've ever had on this property. I kind of hate to say that because, yeah, we've had some, you know, expensive tractor mowing machines on this property as well. We've had quieter machines. You know, the 3 Series John Deere is quieter inside than this, but it's not going to mow nearly as effectively or as fast. So it's going to be less efficient in that regard. The quality, the cut quality of this deck is just unbelievable, even at speed. I tried to look over the cut where I'd gone really fast, where I'd gone slower, and I couldn't tell any difference. And that's not typically the case when I run these mowers as fast as they'll go. Usually you can say, yeah, there's a little bit of compromise there. I haven't seen that. The only thing I've seen is sometimes if it's pretty rough going, the deck hops a little bit like that. And once the deck starts hopping, you can see ripples in the cut. That's the only cut quality I've seen. So I have not tried one of Deere's 1600 series, either with the 6-foot or even the wider deck. The wider deck's, I think, $75,000, $80,000 now, so that's crazy. I don't know if they have a, you know, the ultimate, which would be being able to drive fast like this, being able to have an air-conditioned cab, and being able to have a quiet cab. That's the one thing we're missing here, right? We got 93, 94 dB in here of ultimate luxury. That's really the only thing we're missing. The other tick mark against this particular setup is trimming under low-lying limbs. Other than that, this setup is fabulous. Like I say, I'd say it's the best overall that I've ever operated myself. Much nicer than the same cab on the Deere. I have not had a chance to operate the Kubota. I'm sure Neil Messick would tell me the Kubota is better than this one, even though he sells both. But well, maybe he'll get one out here for us at some point, and we can try that. Hope you guys have enjoyed this. I get this mowing done, I may even go mow neighbor Chris's yard. Who knows? This is a lot of fun.
He'd appreciate that.
Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time on Tractor Time with Tim. Great are the works of the Lord. They are pondered by all who delight in them.